Hydrate or dihydrate.
fiber optic. I gotta say that that's pretty convenient. For here, for myself, it's actually a miracle I have any internet at all. If it wasn't for the service provider that I have, having like a big tower in the town, my whole area would be unserviceable. Yeah, living in the mountains, a little bit in rural areas. There's no wired internet here. Lucky we got power. If it wasn't for the previous homeowner literally paying to run like power up to this location, this log home would be just that. "10 days left." You miscounted. Okay. No worries. I can understand with all the excitement. Oh, man. I was a little late to take my caffeine tablet. I don't think it's taken hold yet. Oh. It looks like I have yet to fix my green screen. You can see. Don't pay any attention to what's behind the green screen. There's just a crack in reality right now. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. First world problems, pretty much. Aren't all PCs solid? You ever heard of liquid cooling? They're mostly solid. Why is there a body in the closet? Where else am I gonna put it? Under my bed? Nah, man, that's creepy. It'll just reach out and grab my ankles at night. Whoa. We don't talk about Bruno. That's liquid cooling, not liquid PC. But it's in the PC, is it not? What is a PC, if not a mixture of parts, just like the human body, you know? Much like somebody would say, well, the human body is solid. But there's a lot of liquids. I would say that PCs are more solid than liquid, but there are liquids in the PC, are they not? If you had liquid cooling, it is a part of the PC. Therefore, liquid PC. Imagine the day that we can actually have a liquid PC, just purely liquid. More of like a viscous form, where it barely holds its shape. That would be tremendous for being able to dissipate heat. But the PC is still solid, but there's liquid. Much like a car is solid. However, it too has liquids in it, does it not? Dr. Simons accidentally drank my computer. Don't worry, we'll run a defrag on you. I'll sort it out. We'll put you in the recycle bin. Did you see that somebody replaced the liquid with vodka? With alcohol? I did not see that. Why would somebody do that? By that logic, PCs are also gas because they have air in it. But is the air necessary for the PC to run? In fact, I would say that the air is bad, right? No, actually, no, the air is necessary. You're right. You're right. There are gas as well. That's true. The air is what helps circulate and cool it off, because if there was no air, it would just overheat. The air would have, I mean, the heat would have nowhere to go. Therefore, PCs are also gas. You heard it here first, folks. We are discovering things. How do we have a hype train already? What happened? What? What? What did I miss? Maroon Dragoon. How am I, why did I not hear anything? Instead, liquid PCs. Oh, liquid cats. True, yeah. Yeah. 1 second. Why did I not hear? I guess. What? Yeah, it was 4 minutes ago. Maroon Dragoon resubscribed with a Prime. Hello, Maroon. How are you? Hello, hello. Oh, that was right before Gaming Brain's message. I was very distracted. I may have done it too early. No, it's not that you did it too early. It's that I was very distracted. So while we were having our conversation, I was finishing up something in World of Warcraft in the background because I have very little time today. And it was just only available this morning. Ninja Kitty. Speaking of kitties, Smokey. Smokey boy. Smokey. There he is. Yes, come here, buddy. Come here, you beautiful boy. Come on. There you go. Yeah, straight to your bed. You know what's about to happen. Hey, hey. All right, relax. I'll give them to you. All right, hold on. The camera hasn't been fixed either. He's really rubbing against that treat container. Hey, get in your bed. Get in your bed. Come on, back up, back up. There you go. Yeah. Anyways, in World of Warcraft, there are professions, and these professions, sometimes there are like really powerful things that you could create, like resources, but they have a cooldown, so then, you know, there's scarcity to it. And some of them are like a daily cooldown, some of them are 3 to 4 day cooldown. Well, I'm gonna be gone for several days. Actually, like 5 days. Anyways, it just so happened to be that this morning that they went off cooldown. So I didn't want to waste 4 days worth. So if I do it today, by the time I get home from my vacation, it'll be available again. Hey! I give you a generous amount and you just spill it everywhere. Do I raid on World of Warcraft? I do. I'm not currently raiding at the moment, but I used to. I used to play Season of Discovery a lot. But then when Season of Discovery, you know, died, I moved on to Classic World of Warcraft. I did some Classic raiding. I did Molten Core, BWL. I did a little bit of AQ. But when Nax came out, most of our core raiders were like, it's not really worth all the, like, the work right now because it's pretty much TBC waiting room. We really just want to do Burning Crusade. So we're not doing retail. That doesn't mean I haven't been playing retail. I do retail occasionally to play with some old friends. And my brother as well. Haven't done any of the mythic raiding. I used to do like hardcore raiding. Like, you know, 4 days a week, 5-hour sessions. All right, buddy, you're making this. What? Now, whose fault was that? Probably mine. Where did it go? Ooh, cutting edge? Nice. I remember going for that. It was around the Legion era that I got, like, super into raiding. it was a pretty intense regimen and high expectations. You know, they were the kind of group that had like a perfected roster and a couple of extras because if you underperformed or you screwed something up, you were benched for a round until like somebody else screwed up. All right, you ate like half of this treat, dude. Can you eat the other half? Thank you. He's getting way too much. He has a massive bowl of food right now. So since we're gonna be gone for about 5 days, Smokey is he's gonna be alone. So during that time, he's he won't have anybody to feed him or give him water. So we have a auto water thing, like it's self-filling water container. And we also have I just gave him dude, what is with all these little bits you're leaving? Chew with your mouth closed, please. A massive bowl of food. Huge bowl of food. Yeah, TBC Warlock. TBC Warlock is when it starts getting good. I mean, they're okay. I would say that Warlock and Mages in Classic are probably some of the most brain-dead classes. Not because it's brain-dead easy, but because it is a one-button rotation. You know, there's a lot of, like, situational utility that they can have, so it's not like that's the only thing they get. All right, dude, you know what? You can clean up the crumbs. I'm done. You're making such a mess today, dude. You never do that. Yeah, there you go. You need those little bits. All right. Enjoy. Right. So, what was I talking about? I don't know. World of Warcraft, right? Yeah. Hi, done. I'm bed. Warlock Classic is so broken. I mean, you have one ability you use. Same thing with the mage, right? Frostbolt. 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 And what's next? Frostbolt. More Frostbolt. Same thing with Warlock. Shadowbolt. 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 It's like playing a Warlock in D&D. Eldritch Blast, because that's all you really got as your main utility. Anyways, so, but in TBC, a lot of things, well, okay, it's Classic. It was its first iteration of the game. You know, they fine-tuned a lot of stuff and added more flavor to everybody. And Salty, yes, you better believe it. Well, okay, let me put it this way. We were starting to catch up. I was like, you know what? Screw it, we're gonna go hard into eco. And then once we went hard into eco, I was going hard into military. Suddenly, we started having a food crisis. And now I'm just trying to save what I can. I don't know why we're having such a problem. I mean, we're not producing enough food, clearly. So what ends up happening is I'm spending money. It's like a 100% flip on income. Instead of spending money on trading other resources for profit, I'm currently spending money on trade so that I could get food. So our economy kind of tanked, unfortunately. You'll see here that from like the 100 ducats a month we were making, we're now down to like 7. And that's because we are buying a lot of food. You ended up with a royal union? Melee-based Warlock was fun. Oh, wait, no. Are you talking about in D&D or World of Warcraft? You don't want to spam Shadowbolt. You go out of mana too fast. What? Then what do you do? If you're not casting Shadowbolt, like when I look at like the logs for Warlocks, other than like putting like clear curse of weakness or curse of elements on the boss, it's just Shadowbolt. I don't know what else you would be casting. You dot what? No, it doesn't have Eldritch Blast. You're right. All right, so look at this. Look at our numbers. Not only is our army large and in charge, but we actually are getting more technology to make it even better. In fact, all of our halberdiers, once we do this, we will have far more troops, especially elite troops. We will have like 50 to 60% more elite troops than England does. The problem, though, is currently I can't afford to do this because suddenly our economy tanked. And that's mostly because we are suffering from trade as we are trying to buy food. No, I already reread your message. When I read it, I thought it was World of Warcraft, and then I said, oh, wait, no, that's not. That's D&D. The plague has arrived in Genoa. Panic. Well, I thought you already had the plague. Melee-based warlock. I don't know why. It does make a lot of sense to me for somebody to play a caster and then not use casting. That's like playing a warlock and be like, I cast fist! Just punch people instead. Any response for the devs? I haven't even sent a message. I've been too busy with other things. I'm going to be leaving, which is why we're going to be ending early today. I'm going to be immediately turning off the stream, getting my luggage in the car, and leaving for the airport. It wouldn't take much for me to ask. I just been busy and distracted. All right. So, sustenance, food. Food is a problem. Food need go up. Food must go up. You are using so much food. Why are you using so much food? Okay, so here was part of the problem. Since I started turning a lot of our territory into towns, with their population rise and certain classes using more food, so we'll see here. Burgers eat 1,000 needs 4 food versus 1,000 peasants need 1. So we upped the need by a lot, and we didn't scale the food accordingly. Now we could just keep buying the food, but then we won't have the money to do other things. So I'm trying to figure out how I can scale up my food, but I just don't have the money to do it. So here was my thought yesterday, and I actually named it in the save. Turn off armory for food. So if I go to our buildings, if I go to military, I should be able to close these buildings. And not only would I then not have to pay for them, that would, well, it's really that I wouldn't have to pay for them because we're paying quite a bit for those. Under the cost maintenance, right now we're spending 44 ducats a month on the armories. I could also do the colleges as well. Colleges are nice, but not necessary right now. So I could also do those. And then use the funds to make more food. So let's also turn that down. All right, buildings. Those are closed. Let's go to the colleges. We'll turn those off. All right, that should help a lot with the cost. Just remember to be back before the 17th. What? Why? What's on the 17th? Oh, you took over Genoa in the first 10 years. Nice. How's your trade going now? All right. You know what we can use is a food expansion, which we did not get one. Occasionally the game will say, oh, hey, we can help with your food production and food building stuff, which most of the time I tend to ignore, but it actually would have been rather nice. Goodness. All right, so we now gained 72 ducats a month from closing all that. That does mean that we are having a large manpower problem, but as long as we can solve this problem before we run out of manpower, we should be okay. So we need to go to food, and we need to figure out what we can do to balance this out. We need as much food production as possible. So each of these categories we can actually open up and take a look at these different territories. Now, ideally, we would find territories that have something like this, where there's like quite a bit of fish, and it is a rural location, because rural locations can add... where is it? Is it only cities that get aqueducts? What the fudge? Hold on. Do I not have access to aqueducts right now? It is called aqueduct, right? Oh, it's called irrigation. Okay, fine. Irrigation is something that can be placed in all locations, actually. All right. It will improve local food production by 5%, but it takes up 1,000 local capacity, which is sad. We are importing so much food right now. Does that mean we're not making any food? Or are we just simply importing? Yeah, eco definitely catches on fire when Black Death arrives. Maybe I can do something that will help out with food production. Livestock output, 100%. This would mean that we wouldn't use levies anymore. Which, honestly... awesome. I'll take it. You know what? I don't want to have to rely on the levies anyways. This will help out significantly. That also reduced their power too, which is odd. I didn't know that there was things that you could do to reduce that. Wild game output, not worried about that. Peasant food consumption, max RGO size. That's not good. We don't want that. Thank you very much, Dux, for the lurk. I appreciate that. All right. Well, anything else with food? No. Well, that will certainly help. But then that means that any of the... let's see here. Let's go to... It's under RGOs. That would be livestock, right? Livestocks are going to produce far more now than they did before. Let me double check. Make sure that that was indeed livestocks. Livestock output 100% more. Okay. This is actually really good. You get the free subjects, which is great. The livestock output is nice. Migration speed is really good. The peasant levy size, this is not something that you could do at the start of the game. That's for sure. Once you start getting a professional army, you probably could. But this does hurt our levy size a lot. So let's go to livestock, and we're going to make as many as possible. As many as we can afford. Now, had we gotten the parliament session to help us improve this, that would have been great. Now, it is possible for us to downgrade our stuff. So if this one, he's now a town, I'm thinking, you know what? I'd rather it not be. We can do that. Although I think that castles can only be placed in... No, it can. Okay. All right. Well, downgrading costs money. But that would improve how many livestock ranches we can have. I'm thinking, though, before we make any drastic decisions on that, we first max out all of this that we can. That's already maxed. That's not maxed. That's not maxed. That's already maxed. It's not. I don't know why these are available when... Like, this one? No, sorry, not that one. This one. Wait. Did it just change on me? Okay, this one. It's 8 out of 8. Yet it's showing green. Unusual. We have disloyal subjects. That is not good. Need just enough spending to keep them loyal, so that way they pay me my taxes. More cows! More food! Yeah, not having enough food is really bad. We failed the issue. Of course we did. Why wouldn't we? So the Edinburgh market is the one that's suffering right now. Or at least it was. We're still buying food. Well, okay. So I think we're filling the market with food because we're importing it rather than producing it. I would rather be exporting food than importing it. Stability's always rough. It's just a number. Stability is just a number, chat. Don't worry about it. It's not like our entire civilization will collapse. Hostile rhetoric. Antagonism. You know what? Fine. All right. Those are maxed. Do I have any down here? I do. I suppose I should. You finished converting. Oh, right. Yeah, that's true. We were having a conversion problem, weren't we? No, no, no. Don't put anybody in charge yet. We still converting? Are we assimilating? How much more conversion do we have? Just Ireland things? Yeah, running out of food, that's for sure. We're having a famine here. Ugh. You're still converting. You're still converting. Okay. All right. Well, that's not the only thing we're gonna need to build. Let's also work on. Do we not have any other? Oh, wrong market. There we go. Wool is worthwhile. That's for sure. Let's get some of those. It will also produce some food for us. Let's get those. We're paying a lot less for food now. Famine in Ireland. Shocker. You're not wrong. Fruits? Yeah, sure. Well, we can work on some fruit. Some fish? Yeah, we'll work on some fish too. Even though it's not as much money, it's really about the food. Drastically improve our food. These waxes. I guess you get honey for it. All right, we only have one wheat place, really. Disappointing. Yeah, some of these places are gonna have a little bit of a problem because there's just simply not enough peasants to work these jobs. They're gonna run into the negative. Smokey, what are you doing? Hey, leave that alone. Goodness gracious, cat. I can't leave you alone for a minute. I really don't want to lose my forts, please. After completing the collapse of Ulster, where are you playing us next? Hey! Come on! Hey, come on! I'm doing my best here, huh? What's the matter with you? Smokey! I swear, you little weenie, if you keep acting up, I'm gonna do something about it. Eventually. Don't make me get up, please. I don't want to get up. Just listen to my threat. How much food does this produce? 3.5? It's not a whole lot. All right, well, our food on the market should be rising considerably. Look at that. Now we're not spending nearly as much on food, and instead we're actually getting it on trade. I will need to reactivate my buildings eventually. Okay. Well, now that that's solved, we're gonna go around to each of these areas. We're gonna see just how many of each building we have. Music. I just can't get enough of that. It's just, I don't know. It will rule as we see fit. Yeah, peasants. Heck you. What are you little shite? That is not a toy. Well, then why is it within my reach? Meow, meow, meow. Orange cat energy. Right now he is. Little turd. This is a part of a headset. And he's chewing on the microphone. I don't even know how he found this. Have you been hiding this? No! My secret weapon. You join a coalition knowing full well it would drag you into a war that you didn't want to fight. And then you didn't get anything out of it. That's a bit of an oof. I won't lie, that's an oof. You have a merchant's quarters? You have 4 marketplaces and no merchant quarters. So I'll just build one. What about you? You've got 3. You can have some. You have 1. I'll let you have 1 as a treat. Okay. I have 5. I could do 1 here. Trying to min-max my buildings here. Normally, if this was the case, I would just simply build all that I can where I can. But in instances like this, you have to be a little choosy with your money. Okay. Oh, right. You guys are now in the same market, right? Oh, yeah. We can up you by 2. No, that's the best use of money, but you're having a paper problem. That's not good. You have 2. We can get you 1 more. You have 4. You have... Okay, you can get 1. You have 2 out of 3. You have the 3rd. You're maxed. You have 3 out of 3. You can have 1 more. You're maxed. You are at a 4. You can have 1 more. You're maxed. Goodness gracious, I have too many towns. I should not have done this. I urbanized too much. What have I done? Oh no. So much urbanization. We're too urban. Some of the Black Death has actually been good for your eco. I mean, it probably killed your competition, right? Or you have that many less people to feed. We have finished converting another province. Good. Good. Excellent. Okay. I don't even know what that was converting, but it's done. Who is next? You. Convert you. Oh, that was this province. That was this territory. Now, wait a minute. You said you were done. But I still see Calvinism here. Is there somebody, like, countering this somewhere? Oh, that was the wrong area. Open the armories and reopen the Jesuit colleges. Now let's see what happens to my funds. Oh, I was actually, like, out of manpower. I left it like that for too long. Alright. Well, now that the buildings are open, we're going to start filling them up again. We're getting our manpower back. And we're making some money. So the food costs are way down. We still need to make sure that that doesn't... Like, I would rather export food than import it. It's just so expensive otherwise. Go to goods. Let's go buy RGOs. The wool can be upgraded if we have the manpower for it. Looks like a lot of this is still working. So all these RGOs take a considerable amount of time to fill up the jobs. Because there's just, like, it's trying to upgrade 1,000 peasants to regular jobs, and it can only do it so fast. Like, right now, this one is only doing 18 a month. So I can improve that by sending one of my courtiers over there to make it a little bit more seamless. Buy food for them. Which is also why you don't want to be like, oh, I'm just going to put, I can have 8. I'll just build 8. Don't do that. Only build a building one at a time unless you have the economy to just throw away. You want to, like, do it and forget it. Because otherwise it's really going to cause, it's going to be a problem. You're going to have a whole bunch of buildings that will slowly be filled, and it's just going to have a lot of upkeep with no production. All right. Manpower is returning. We're going to save up our funds. We're going to actually split our army here. Am I not researching? No way. How long have I not been doing that? Man, these people are just yelling. Hey! All right, what is your tech then now? All right, I'm still at the same level as them. In fact, actually, since I have access to the upper ones, I technically have better troops than them. Or I can. At least the last couple in-game years. Yeah. Well. Oh well. Rip. Rippin' pepperonis. Meow, 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 meow. Sorry. One of the jokes. Ooh, expand farming. Yeah, see, this is what we wanted a while ago. Parliament has been called. So, during this time, all of these expansions and expanding raw materials in farms, cost a lot less. well, cost less and take less time. So going to the RGOs, now would actually be a really good time to do any sort of expansion. Problem, though, is a lot of this stuff has already been expanded. So it's a little late for that. I guess if I cancel those and then redo them. That could be okay. Thing is that each one of these takes 1,000 jobs. That's so many jobs. I don't want 1,000 population to be doing this when we could be doing something that is far more lucrative. Well, it's cheap now. May as well queue it up, I suppose. That's not cheap. Salt. Salt is not considered food. Okay. I don't know why you wouldn't consider it food. I mean, it's used for food. And now I'm poor again. Well, we did a lot of upgrading, so all of that should be fine for a while now. And those are the raw resource goods. Those aren't like elite or not elite, specialist jobs. You can't just eat salt. But you use it on food, and it makes food last longer. Therefore, food value go up. My logic is flawless. You cannot argue this. Yeah, but you can't eat it. Yeah, you can. Watch me. No one wants to work? What do you mean no one wants to work? What kind of event is that? A little too modern for me. Issue failed. -7 stability. Well, we're making money now. Making a significant amount. I think that we can actually upgrade and then train our troops. At least, ideally, I would like to. So these light cavalry that we have, I don't know what their next rank variant is. Is it cavalry or cavalry? Caval. Caval. Okay, so I am typing it in correctly. It's just is there no cavalry? Why is that? Oh, it's probably because it's not called that. Probably called, like, I don't know, Lancers. Heavy Lancers. Light Lancers. We have Light Lancers. I'm wondering what, like, can the Light Lancers become something else? Like, what's the next upgrade for Light Lancers? Medium Lancers? I'm just wondering what they're going to upgrade into, and then I'll research it so then I can get the better variant. I don't want them to be heavy. I want the light ones. But I want the better light ones. Whatever that is. I don't know. Cavaliers? Gallop Cav. It might be this group, because they have the high combat speed. Or is it? No, it's the initiative that we want. I don't know. Search light. Light Lancers. Nope. Nope. Light Dragoons. Okay. Cool. But that's... let's not get too cavalier. You silly Billy. Alright, well, if the Age of Discovery has the Light Lancers, it's gotta be in the Age of Reformation. So under the Age of Reformation, let's go to the military section. And now I need to hydrate before I dihydrate. Oh, I almost grabbed the water bottle. I mean, not the water bottle. The spray bottle. Thank you, Eric. Heavy Lancers. I don't think that there is an upgrade to the light cavalry in this age. Because if there was, I would see it. I would catch it. Wait a minute. Pistoliers. Oh, light cavalrymen armed with pistols. 18 research. Okay, that's not happening anytime soon. Wonderful. All right. Well, we're going to upgrade these when we can. In fact, actually, we're going to upgrade them one at a time. Because I want to see just how much of our manpower these are going to eat up. A gallows glass sept. What? Let him stay, I guess. Oh, look, another negative 20 stability. You know what? All right, fine. No, not that one. We're gonna invest in stability. No, never mind. That would put me in the hole. I can't. What the? We don't even have 90% anymore. What happened? How do we not have 90%? Calvinism. You dirty rat. You dirty rat. Ability to stab. If only. If only that were with that now. Alright, we have pikemen. And they have halberdiers. Therefore, we have the superior unit right now. And even then, we're still getting more manpower. So that's pretty good. We're moving towards conciliary. Are we still? No, we're actually moving towards belligerent. Good. Support conversion efforts. Push for humanist. We will be very human. So human. The most human. I don't know if I should be upgrading all of these. I think some of these are going to have to be disbanded. That's just way too much manpower. Wait a second. Did that not cost me any money? I thought that was costing me money, right? All right. 16 and 14. If we were to split this army and have 2. Actually, I'm thinking maybe we'll keep them all in one army. And you know, that way we can stack by the Brits. Get them! Get the Brits! Alright, so we're still making a fair amount of manpower. So let's get our manpower up to the maximum. We'll start to train. Then we'll be ready. We have 15,000 elite men, and they have half that. Good. But they still have a lot of just regular lads. So if we crush their armies enough that they can't use their peasantry anymore, I really wish I could move the text around. That is such a disappointing option. I know that some of them are like, hey, you can't have this one before this one. That's fine. But the Pistoliers are something that I would really like right now, because they're just good. A lot of damage. Formal guilds, plutocracy. Nope. Nope. Sorry. Can't do that. Ahoy, Louis. How are you? Welcome, welcome. How you doing today, man? My poor little navy. I see we expanded. Yes, we are in Scotland, and we've done a really good job at collecting. I mean, not collecting, converting their culture into our own. They are now Irish. And now I'm doing whatever I can to try and take out the English. Looks like my vassals also have their own little elite troop groups, which is pretty nice. They're good. Awesome to hear. And we also have all of these defensive locations, so we can use this to our defensive advantage. We'll wait until their army appears in a out of position area and use that as an opportunity to engage the enemy on our terms. Seems like, oh, you could make this much money, but you can't. Can't. Not allowed. I'm not gonna lie, when I had to leave last time, it was quite an uphill battle against Scotland. Could you explain how you did it? Okay. What about the Isle of Man? It's currently British. It was independent at some point, but I didn't have any boats, so I literally couldn't get there. So, the uphill battle against Scotland, the only way I won is because I think that there was a bug. Well, okay, the bug certainly assisted, but it wasn't really, like, make or break. I had elite boys, and they didn't. I attacked them, and they felt like they had to come to me. So I had some elite boys, and they had mostly peasants. They had a lot more than I did, but I had a handful. Any time that they would try to land their units, I would rush over there and get there first. Now, if I timed it right, I would be in the nearby province. So if they were coming here, I would wait here. And then as soon as they were locked and they couldn't stop, I would arrive. That way, two things. Number one, I would have the defensive advantage. They would be attacking me. Number two, they would have a penalty for having disembarked. So I would get a die roll bonus against them. And I just kept doing that. Now, the bug part I was talking about was that since I attacked them, I was getting some ticking war score. It was like 1% every few months or whatever. It was okay, but I ended up just simply fighting so many battles and winning so many of the battles that I got enough war score to steal these provinces, and then that's what gave me the foothold into Scotland. That was the trick. The trick, William Potter. Hello, Seamus. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Oh, 1 second. Oh, there we go. Gotta get the heated blanket. My feet are cold. So, really, I was on the offensive, but I played defensively. The AI felt compelled to attack me. They're like, we got way more men. Well, they didn't attack us with all of the men at once. And when they did send men, I made sure to attack them wherever I could with those advantages in mind. And ended up just winning battle after battle after battle. I didn't siege a single thing of theirs. It was purely just battles. I just won enough battles, and they were like, you know what? Take some land. The Highlands, okay, this was later. This was also around the time. So there was like another battle where I actually went in and I fought. And we did stuff. But a couple of these battles, I think 1 or 2 of these wars, were when Britain was already at war with them. So they were pretty weak. And I took whatever I could before Britain did. Professional soldiers are just that. They are professional. They are very useful. They are far superior to a peasant. Absolutely. All right. Let's... I really do want to continue doing the conversion, but now that we have 90%, I think instead I'm going to... Well, that's right. I can't have all of you doing this, can I? No. All right, where am I getting the most of my manpower from? Can I check my manpower map mode? Do I have... manpower information? No, but I could look for barracks, right? Wait. Oh no, this is the upgraded version. Oh, right. So currently we have the armory. But we can upgrade to the barracks now. Get even more manpower. What am I spending all my money on? Cost of court. Oh, we lost legitimacy. Okay. Well, upgrading would certainly be ideal. The question is, where do I put my... I think here. Here is where I should put one of them. So you... Who is converting this? Actually, no, we'll keep the conversion. Let's choose you. Go to increase province control. Let's select this. We'll put somebody in charge. That way we get most control we can. Am I the biggest fish? I am the biggest fish. Well, I mean... The Pale has more land directly owned. And the Pale is pretty good. They are pretty strong. But I am far stronger than they are. They have no regular army. They only have, like, just plain infantry. Who are they at war with? England is allied to Castile. Please don't tell me you're allied to Castile. Okay, well, looks like our war is going to take a little bit longer. Because Britain is allied to Castile, and there's no way I'm fighting against both of these. That is crazy. Also, now Britain has 52,000 regulars. How? You don't have 52,000 regulars. You have maybe 52,000 infantry. Like peasants. That's a lie. Alright, well, looks like we have to wait even longer. How come you haven't taken over the Pale? So here's the problem. The Pale isn't independent. They are a vassal of Britain. So if I try to war against them, it draws in Britain. So there has not been any point so far. There may have been one small window that I might have been strong enough. But I have to fight against Great Britain in order to defeat the Pale. Because it draws in their overlord. That's why I haven't beaten the Pale. The Pale hasn't been independent, and I can't fight the Pale without fighting England. I wish the Pale would fight me, and then, you know, they would show them what for. Send them another insult. Papa isn't going to be home for Christmas. Nope. Oh, it's November, little Timmy. It's not gonna happen. Sorry. Papa's not gonna make it in time. I mean, I did insult him before. I have insulted him. I certainly have. No, and actually, okay, hold on. So, for the army experience gives army tradition, right? So if we, even if we're not fighting, if we train, I can't afford that. That's so expensive. I mean, that's 97 gold just for the army. That's kind of crazy. Can we not? I'm trying to become humanist, all right? So expensive. So anyways, with the experience rising, that should mean that army tradition is increasing. Changed per month due to... So average army experience is helping, but is it helping enough? I don't know if it's worth it right now. I don't think so. Not when we still have to wait for England to break their alliance with Castile, which who knows how long that's going to take. This is why I really wish I could get an alliance with someone else. But we just can't. Like, the base -40, the strength difference, the distance, even if they had a positive opinion of me, it wouldn't even be possible. I would have to be equal to France for them to be willing to join me. How's the rest of Europe? I don't know. Seems kind of the same as it was before. Hungary is larger. Wallachia is smaller. Serbia is in tatters. No, Hungary is fighting them, I see. Bulgaria still owns part of owns Constantinople. The Ottomans seems to be just holding on to the land they gained. Castile has eaten even more of Aragon. Although Morocco still owns part of it. Oh, cool. A random stability loss. That's too much. Nobody wants to be equal to France. Wait, what? Oh. How many rivals now? Oh, jeez. So either I rival Britain or I get massive penalties. I'm only making a silly amount of funds because I dropped my payments of my army. Which thing do I put on automation? Production method and trade. Everything else I do automatically. I mean manually. But production and trade are two things that I let the AI decide. They're usually a lot smarter with that than I am. Actually, so this increase of control here is not... It's not the manpower. Still some more assimilation that needs to be done. What about conversion? We should be good on the conversion. I could have this guy invest into stability. A whole whopping 0.8. Really? Wow. Not 0.8. 0.08 is what I get. Why is stability so hard? It doesn't need to be this bad. That blows my mind. We're just going to be in this religious turmoil forever. I don't think we're ever going to get out of it. Unless we get some events that give us free stability. Which almost no events do. It's just not going to happen. Conversion. More conversion. Sure. Another government reform. What can we choose here to help us? Food production. That's pretty good. Loyalty. Trade range. Build cost of roads. You should ally Hungary. I mean, how? How? They're like, if somebody who's like as close as Denmark won't do it, why would Hungary? Hungary won't do it. They just won't accept. Garrison could be good. More garrison size. Reduce our fortification costs. Hostile attrition. Plus 1%. Because they're always hungry for more. What about France? I've tried France! You just pushing my buttons? I've tried it. Doesn't work. No, I was literally just showing that they wouldn't do it. Like 5 minutes ago. I hereby accept your alliance on behalf of Hungary. Let's go! Cool. Yeah, you are pushing my buttons. How dare you? Well, mining communities would be nice, but it moves us towards decentralization, and that is not really what I want. I really want to stay centralized. Well, the combat ones are pretty good. So the maintenance reduction is nice. I don't want to be defensive. I'd rather be offensive. Because we already have a lot of points into that. And it's swinging in the other direction already, somehow. But the attrition... Garrison size. Garrison size of the soldiers that are defending. When they're all killed, the morale is gone. Siege lost for the defender. For siege to progress, it needs at least as many men besieging it as the number of the men in the garrison. Okay. Well, it's nice, but not critical. It's not making a huge difference. The attrition would probably do more. Where was Gondor? Yeah! Oh man, a Lord of the Rings overhaul for this game would be peak. Where was Gondor? Where was Gondor when the Westfold fell? Right, a lot of these are just... Vassal loyalty. That's probably the best one here. Out of all of those. Hey, wait a second! What about my vassal loyalty? Oh, wait, hold on. No, that's right. I think I have to wait for it to take effect. Yeah, it takes a bit. It takes a bit of time. You finished converting a province. Here I am getting upset. Wait a second. Hold on. I literally just assimilated you. How are there more? All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Stability. Stability. I'm gonna go into debt for this. We gotta get rid of this stability problem. I'm sick and tired of this religious turmoil. We're fixing this. So you can build spy networks, but in order to do stuff like that for covert actions, you need the technology. So you can try to support rebels in somebody's territory, but I need to be powerful enough to do so. And most of these other things require an insane amount of monthly gold. Like to corrupt their officials, which only gives them a 10% efficiency reduction, costs me 400 gold a month to make happen. So, discontent. Minus 0.2 stability investment. 400. I don't know why it's deciding 400 a month is reasonable. True. Really needs to sink. I mean, we were getting close to being able to actually fight. Oh, that actually worked. Okay, cool. But England is allied to Castile. So right now, we pretty much need to prepare for the war. And as soon as they are not allied, we strike. The issue, though, is that we got ahead of them. And now we're not. Well, I'm afraid that by the time that happens, we won't be. All right, well, in the meantime, while we're trying to get out of this stability problem, let's just keep investing in more money. Mo money, mo power. Go buy buildings. Printers. You know, actually, we could go through and upgrade all of the burger buildings. The merchant quarters. Disloyalty. So 10 prestige and my only cabinet member dies, or we lose 7 stability. You see what I have to work with here, chat? Unfortunately, even real life was rigged against Ireland. Oh yeah, no. To be fair, I wanted a challenge, but I wasn't expecting this. All right, what is this? Cabinet laws. Efficiency increase is nice. Army tradition? I'd rather get the administrative clergy. 200 gold? Also, these... Wait, what? We're missing sand. For what? What is sand even used for? Construction is missing sand. What? What's missing sand? What are you building that needs sand? Is it roads? Do roads need sand? Oh, roads need sand. Looks like somebody's building a road here. Okay. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Makes sense. Also, the game is like, hey, you need 2 rivals. I only have 1 possible, and that's Britain. Last factory? Maybe? It does, yeah. Yeah, it does use sand. Do I have any sand? I could make a single sand pit that has almost no profit. Well. If we're not going to make any profit, I'm going to put it somewhere where it's not super important. Sparky! Startling. What were you streaming today? More of the Ghost game. And how's it going? You would have roads already? If that was Rome, I would. Because all roads lead to Rome, right? Right. This is just making me want to play Crusader Kings, because at least with Crusader Kings, I know how the game works. Oh, another stability or corruption. I swear, it's so rigged. It's so rigged. Like, if you were to die roll, like, all right, the chances of getting a good event versus a bad event, it is 95% of the time it's a bad event. I need a mod for this game immediately that makes the game actually 50-50 on good and bad events. It's monstrous. I keep rolling a 1, yeah. This game hates you? Yeah. I mean, it expects the player to be playing a really big, powerful kingdom, and they're like, well, we want to make sure that, you know, it's not too easy on you. Yeah, but what if I'm not? What if I'm playing poor little Ireland? Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. How come my trade income didn't rise? I added a bunch of trade buildings earlier, and I'm still not making a ton from trade. It keeps fluctuating. So what I could do is I could start to annex my vassals instead. That way I have a lot more direct control of these areas. The reason why I gave them away is because they would have much higher control, therefore they would be able to do much better with them. But maybe it should be mine. Oh, mine! I mean, look at this. There's so much that could be done here. And they're just pitiful. They don't even have any trade buildings. All right, you know what? Maybe we'll give my vassals some trade buildings. Because then they'll make more money. And then they'll give me part of that money. Huh? Yeah. Give you one, and now I can't afford it. With the amount that you're earning with your income, I would expect a larger nation. Okay. I mean, there's gotta be some algorithm in the background where the game's thinking, okay, depending on how well you're doing, we will scale good and bad events. But with how much I'm already struggling, you think the game would be like, man, we should probably help this guy out. You know, we should give him some better events. Your brain is too tired for strategy? Automate everything. What is that, 10 months? 10 months of stability? Which I'm currently spending 50, so that's 500 gold. I just lost 500 gold. $500 gold. Wasted. Evaporated. I'm trying. Oh, cool. More people want to become Lutheran. Just go on a crusade? I mean, if it wasn't for the fact that, like, in a few hours, I'm going to be leaving for vacation, I would probably do something like that. I would probably just, you know what? Let's just change to another group. Why? The game is like, oh, you're gonna make 30 gold. Oh, just kidding, you're not. Oh, see, you're gonna make 40 gold. Ah, just kidding. You didn't. Look at that. It's gonna do it again. Oh, you're gonna make 30 gold. Ah, just kidding. You actually, like, you're losing gold. Oh, you're gonna make 40. Oh, no, actually, we're gonna give you an event that makes you lose gold, and then you're gonna lose gold, too. I think it's because the game is changing the trade at the last second. I know I'm automating trade, but it's like, oh, here's a positive trade, and we're kidding. It's not.
So you have chosen.
Where'd my 60 gold go? I was gonna make 60 gold, and it's like, nah, you're not. Come on, man. You need a win here. I'm barely holding on. Yeah, Jack, that's true. No, I'm not going to Ireland. I'm going down to California to visit some family. I'm gonna be visiting my niece for her first birthday. 95 gold? Am I actually gonna make it? No, only 50. I mean, hey, I'll take the 50 gold, but, what the fudge, man? Oh, cool. Legitimacy loss or stability loss? A disaster! Naval tradition loss. Come on, man. Oh, the Supreme Court building costs 1,300 to build. Want gold me make a recommended nation? Yes, please. When it rains, it pours, and in the Isles, it just doesn't stop. It's raining, it's pouring, the Isles is boring. I mean, you want a challenge? Play in Ireland. Good luck. Now, the alternative is, if the vassalization system works similar to how it does in Crusader Kings, if you were to be vassalized by Great Britain, you could then use that opportunity to war against other nations inside that vassalization system. However, I believe that vassals are not even allowed to declare war unless certain circumstances, right? So I don't know how useful that really is.
Hydrate or dihydrate.
What if you see how the ice? Yeah, just leave. Just leave. Abandon. Hungry has some minds. You know what, Louis? The next playthrough we're doing, we'll try Hungry. How about that? You better be here for it, though. Trade capacity. Trade advantage. I don't know. If in market center, we don't have the market center. Merchant quarters, wharfs, Korea. There's a lot of different places I would like to play. The question then is, where will we play? I would love to invest in my vassals. So I shall. You'll even quit school? No. That is not at all what I'm asking. Hey guys, we're almost there. We only need 18 more stability. Now that I talk about it, bad stuff's gonna happen. Just you wait. All right. We need more assimilation, right? Assimilate. Assimilate. So, what can the Kingdom of Hungary turn into? Is there like another larger nation, or like empire can become? Clearly, we need to make sure that we defeat the Ottoman Empire. Must consume all of the Greek lands. What if you automate everything? Story of my life. Suddenly I'm actually making the trade income. What? 233? Never have I seen such high values. Okay. I don't think that that's actually helping. I mean, I may own these buildings, but I don't think that the trade is going to me. I'm pretty sure it's going to my vassals, right? I'm sorry. What just happened? I just built a merchant's quarter here. Okay, there is a merchant's quarter. Oh, I thought the AI was like, yep, delete. I didn't want it. Get rid of it. Farm funding. Yeah, fund farm. Farm funding. What? Oh no, if this fail, I shouldn't have done this yet. If this fails, we lose 7%. All right. We're now above average. I hope it passes. Why do you torture yourself? Like I said, I wanted a challenge, and I'm stubborn. I wanted a challenge, and boy, do I have one. And now I'm just stubborn. Oh, thank God it passed. Okay, chat, you only need 9 more stability, all right? 9 more. That's all we need. 9 more. 9. Alright, merchant's quarters. How many can you have? 1 more. Hey, look, this is a town, actually. So we can get all of you. Antagonism or stability? The game hates me! It's like the game thinks, oh no, -50 is supposed to be the average, not 0. Ridiculous. Legitimacy loss, or somebody dies. I'll take the money. Sorry I couldn't save them. It was so unfortunate. Okay, we can have 5 of these, and we have 3 of those. We can build 1 more. Wait, do you not have any of the higher ones? You can't fit any of the higher ones. Neither can you. We're having a paper problem again. When are we not? We're always having a paper problem. too loud. One more. Two. You have only regular marketplaces, but you're... Yeah, I guess we can upgrade. Sure. How about you? 2. We'll upgrade 1. Oh, right. So several of these locations could also be upgraded into cities. I don't know if I want to do that yet. Look at how much population... This place started with 30,000. Now we're up to 93. Tells you if you hover over the percentage in the parliament, whether it will pass at that point or not. So if it's above 50%, it will. And if it's below 50... We hit the marker! We hit 30, and it just gave us 20 for free! Ah! Ah! Sorry, that was a weird noise to make. I was just so excited. We finally did it, chat. A good event, and only because I managed to get past the point of, like, absurdity. Okay. Okay, now don't get too excited. I know, I'm sorry. Okay, so we no longer need to stabilize the country. We do need to improve provincial control. We'll do that here. We will promote urbanization in Galloway because we are urbanizing a lot. In fact, we might just urbanize all of this. It seems like the great, like, capital place now. We can do a migration. Encourage migration in Dunferris. So, control, migration, urbanization, and we will need to assimilate as well. Because as we get more people, they will need to assimilate. So with this, we can then just, like, really start deving this stuff up. That'll give us much more money. Now we will lose out on the livestock, wool, livestock. We will lose out on some of this. That'll give us a lot more professional buildings, and it will draw more people in. However, with the current funds, I think the wisest thing to do would be to prepare our military. I really want them to break their alliance. Ah, that's so frustrating. I can't fight against... Like, it's already struggle enough to fight against Britain. The fight against Britain and Castile, like, Britain is getting even stronger. They're getting stronger. You know what? Then we must too. I think I need to start absorbing some of my nearby vassals. Start annexation. What do I need about this? We need more opinion. Improve opinion, and then we annex. We're gonna slowly annex our vassals. You're already a city? Let's make you one. You can probably beat down the extra. You're not providing nearly as much to the table. No, I won't. That's still very useful. Okay, actually, the migration attraction. Let's encourage migration real quick to this settlement here, so we can get it to a city status. We're missing more paper. Not surprising. Oh, in the Dublin market. Huh. Okay. Guys hear that music? A little creepy. All right. What's going on here? More negative effects. How is our market looking? We're eating further into London. If only we had the Dublin market. I wish we had the Dublin market. Could I possibly buy a location from the Pale? Would they be willing to sell it? Never. Got it. Your peasants are revolting. Or my peasants, you mean. My peasants are fine. Never would they do that. Almost enough. All right. Well, while we're waiting for that, we could go back to here. Go to the merchant's quarters. Build, 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 build. Build, 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 build. How do you guys have so many available merchant quarters locations? That's actually kind of crazy. They made towns and cities all over the place. Well, that's going to afford them a lot more money. Which in turn will make them stronger. Which will make me stronger. I hope. That'll up my diplomatic income a little bit. But they'll be able to afford other things too. One month away. Have I heard of Matt Berry? No. Who's Matt Berry? Matt Berry D's... Never mind. Hey, look. Britain's over here with their elite troops. Training right next to mine. You think they're trying to tell me something? I think this is their entire elite army. We have more morale than them. Yeah, I got cannons and guns. Cannons and guns, oh my. Yeah, we got a lot of spears, though. And we have spirit. Alright, we're gonna... Ooh, subject opinion. All of them or just this one? I don't know if I should annex them yet. I still think that they're doing a better job than I am with those lands. He's an actor and quite a lot of things. Very extravagant and loud persona. I think you could probably do a very good impression of him. Oh. Okay. Interesting. Very loud. Okay. Curious. I'm not quite sure how to take that. I'll take it as a compliment. Sure, why not? All right, now that we're done encouraging migration over there, we need to encourage migration here. Supernatural comedy series. Supernatural comedy series is What We Do in the Shadows. Oh! I've seen clips from that. I actually haven't watched the show myself, but I have seen clips from it. It does seem very funny. More money. All right. Once our economy is fully up and running again, which it seems to be doing pretty well, we will up our barracks count. Well, we'll upgrade all of our current weaponry stuff to actual barracks, because currently it's not. Right now they're just armories. Market expansion sounds good. Yeah, let's do it. It's not gonna pass, so I need to do something about it. Not enough. It will not pass. Ugh. Right, so in order to improve this, you can improve the parliament amount by having more crown power. And there are a lot of buildings we can make that will just give us raw crown power. What does crown power do for us again? Revocation, policy cost, power projection, efficiency, trade income. I forgot about that. All right. Very well. Let's see. One of you. Supreme Court next. The Royal Garden. A grand palace. I hope that these don't have too much upkeep. It was intended as a compliment. I appreciate that. I haven't even seen IT. To be fair, we don't get those kinds of channels here, but I appreciate that. Thank you. I do appreciate it. All right, instead of assimilating, is there something else we could do to improve the location? We could try developing it. So what else are we doing here? We're improving control. All right, so instead of improving control, let's do improve development here. Dev it up. Don't you know, dev it up. So putting the dev on here. Now keep in mind that this is because of how the modifiers work. But putting your worker, your people to help development, you'll see here that it shows as a very small amount. And it is a very small amount. However, it gets multiplied by all of the other modifiers. You have a lot of modifiers on the development of a province. That is just additional percentages. So if you add to the base amount, it will then dev way faster. However, it tends to be that there are much more efficient uses of your cabinet members if you're a wider empire than to actually dev a location. But since we're having this whole location become all cities, or at least we're trying to, with mass population, it's just very useful. Oh no. The current price of gold is insane. Okay. All right. Also, it looks like you could dev multiple locations at a time. I mean, you can't dev the same location. That would be crazy. can have multiple locations. All right, well then let's have you improve provincial control here. Time. All right, buildings. Supreme Court. In a moment. Still don't have enough money. Almost. 16,000 to do this. Trusted maintenance for what? Trusted mercenaries. Weird. Oh shoot! I don't have an alarm. I need to make sure I put one. That could have been bad. Right. So the stream needs to end at 3 o'clock my time, which is in 1 hour and 51 minutes. So. Okay, so we have a royal gardens, we have a grand palace, we got all this stuff, but the parliament could be next. It's 800 gold. Good lord, these are expensive. Okay. Now that those are all built, we do have, so actually, let's click on it. See what we don't have. Speed of food consumption, I don't want that. All right. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so now that those buildings are done, let's get a bardic school, a chancery, a counting house, and we will be putting a counting house everywhere. The counting house gives you 33% local crown power, which if you put it everywhere, should help all crown power. More crown power, the better. You get a lot more out of it. Now, keep in mind, though, that the crown power is more of like being an absolute monarchy versus being more of a republic. But if you don't have enough crown power, then you are beholden to whatever these other groups want to do. So you can't give any group too much power on their own. You shouldn't. You invite danger at that point. So counting houses do require gold, but they still operate at 75% effectiveness regardless. They will have a lot of other needs though, but that just improves the worth of those in your territories. What is your income? I wonder how much we're outscaling. Our tax base is only 339, but we're not getting a whole lot from taxes compared to Britain's 2,300. Like, they have 10 times the tax base. So we're probably not outscaling. I have fixed my eco, mostly. There's a lot more we're going to be doing here in a moment. But I would like to see if I could get another construction center. No, we can't stack it. Never mind. We are constructing quite a few things at once, though. I'm actually curious. What is the pop? Almost 100,000 now. Other than London, I think that we have the most populous center on this continent. I mean, on this island, I guess. Oh, no, they had some 100,000s. I didn't see those. Wait, no. No. For a specific province, the only place on here that is larger is London. We are the second largest in Scotland. Personally, you're trying to integrate your starting lands? Yeah. Integrating takes a while. It really does. Especially without any special bonuses to improving how fast you integrate. It can be rough. Wait, what? 2 chanceries? I didn't know we were allowed to build more than 1. Okay. That's a capital-only building. I didn't know you could... Multiple levels possible. Okay, I guess so. Like 10% of your pops, too? It is quite a lot in one location. But we're just gonna keep dumping them in here. Not a lot of that. Well, actually, I don't know how much of that was immigration. Spend 1,000 on them. Are you kidding me? How can I tell how much was from immigration? We could look at this. That might tell me. I don't know. Population growth is like, you know, making babies. That's different. Oh, here we go. This might give me. No, that's just giving me the migration attraction. I don't know. An advancement. Making pancakes. Making bacon pancakes. Oh. There's... Wait, what? The second bubonic plague? Why? You're kidding me. What the fudge? What? Brother, why? It might. I don't know. I think that the trip will put me in a good mood. It happened multiple times in history. I see that. Well, here I thought, why would I make hospitals to improve my disease resistance, you know? What's the necessity of that? Like, there's no point. Oh my word. Oh my word, we're down. We lost so much pops. Oh god. Oh god, we've lost 20,000 so far. And that was in the last month. I think this is monthly. This month we've lost 24,000. here I was like, oh man, guys, look, something something population. Look how well we're doing. I just had to open like that now. $50,000. It's dropping so sharply. All of these jobs. Oh, come on. Can I just import people? Not slavery. We've had one Black Plague, yes. But what about second Black Plague? Black Plague? Black Death. It was called the Black Death. Bubonic Plague. Mixing two names there. Alright, let's make some paper. We don't have enough population working right now. I wonder why. Huh. Well, England's also suffering. Man, here I thought I was just catching up. I must urbanize more. Urbanization. The disease map mode. Yes. I think the death just ended. Here we go. Disease. Yep. Yeah, it's regressing. So we're no longer losing population, but we lost a lot. Yeah, we lost probably like 40, 50, 70,000. Oh, another bubonic plague. Hold on, is it reoccurring? We have 98% resistance. Please, just leave us alone. Time for the counting houses. Oh my word, those are so expensive. 400 gold. How's my crown power? I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I wonder where I can see my local crown power. No? Like how much crown power I have in certain locations. I don't know where I'm going to show you that. There's my crown power. Unknown. Is that a map mode? Can I see my crown power in a map mode? I don't know what that was. I hit escape to close a menu and it just auto closed. The amount of times that has happened. Crazy. I don't know if I want to spawn one of these. More belligerent, and we gain free monthly tradition. You know what? I will support this. Just kidding. We won't get it to pass. Fantastic. Oh, the administrative one. That's right. I wanted to get this thing passed. Sure. Fort maintenance. You know, with this stacking modifier on top of the other stacking modifier, forts could be everything. They would not cost very much. Like, if we ended up taking over all of this, we can have forts along the entire coastline. At some point. Thoughts on child labor? Well, as long as they're not slaves. Like, I think a child should have the right to work. I don't think they should be forced to work. Right now, I am very tempted to go admin, but we kind of need the military. If we're going to fight and defeat, we have to continue going military. Oh, no. We're in the age of absolutism. Brother, how far behind am I? Okay. Great. We need either more absolutism or more liberalism. Well, what do we currently have? We're currently working towards absolutism. I need more. Leviathan policies, strict censorship, absolute rule. Yeah, I would like some more policies. And that's none of these. Traitor! Traitor? I hardly know. Oh, wait. Oh, the Sith deals in such absolutes.
Do it.
I mean, I'm gonna try. Let's go to our cabinet members. And we're going to, instead of increasing control, we're going to change societal views towards absolute.
Can I say except you're welcome?
Good. We will be absolute. Is there anything else I can do to improve this? Now, I do have to be careful about the other groups having too much power. No, I'll just lose support. Nope. Sorry. My really looks kind of goofy. Why the long face? Wow, this guy sucks. Naive enthusiast and loose lips. Good lord. Sure, get married to someone. Why not? It's the worst we can do. We got no gold. Man, we ain't got enough gold. Oh, wow. Look at all that gold. Oh, I wonder who this is. Oh, Hungary. Yeah, we gotta play him. Because I'm hungry for more. Sorry, I got it. All right, I need more crown power. So that means we're going to wait. Hold up. Need more bookshops? We're making more bookshops. It's not what we're short on, but we are making. Should trade be automated? I do it. And you should too, and here's why. Because I can't be bothered. SD Welsh. Stwelsh? Hello, how are you? I totally agree. I honestly can't be asked to do it. I'm sure that if you were playing this game at like 1 speed and you want to min-max it, then that's fine. But honestly, I have trade and production methods automated because I can't be asked to do it. Occasionally, I might like save like some of the trade. So like, you know, there might be some that, you know, is saved for manual trading, but most of the time, just full trade. I don't care. Make whatever profit you can. I'm sure it will do a better job than I can. How much are these crown houses costing? Good. Not terribly expensive. Yeah, it improves local crown power. But I don't know what exactly that means. Like, where is the local crown power listed? Is this it? Tax-based share. No. We could create our own market here. That would cost me an insane amount of money, but I could make my own market. Nah, I don't think we need to. I'll just take their market eventually. Yeah, I don't see where the crown power actually plays any part into this menu. So when it says increases local crown power, I honestly don't know what that means. Like, well, it's not that I don't know what it means. I don't know what it affects. Like, if I go to my crown power, political power due to just raw population. I suppose then if I put it everywhere, I would get 33% more. That's got to be how that works. Absolutism. Yes. Okay, so what do we want to change then? Peasant power, peasant levy. We don't need peasant levies anymore, so this is actually not very useful. Instead, we could change this to do autocracy. Wait. Yep. There we go. It costs us a bit of stability to change. That will improve my own power. And we'll get closer to absolutism as well. What time is it where you're at? It is 1:33, so I have an hour and a half-ish before I need to turn off the stream. The Columbian Exchange, the War of Religions, and the Reformation. Man, I gotta say that this period of time was incredibly tumultuous. Great Britain insulted me! Oh no, they absorbed all of the Welsh. Oh, sorry. Wales, not Welsh. Are the Wales Welsh? Is that the same? Are we still in our defensive pact, my friend? We are still in the same defensive. I'll just lose some legitimacy over this. I'm not ready to fight them. We're getting close, though. The people from Wales is Welsh. I would know. I would think so. I thought that's why you had, you know, Welsh in your name, but I didn't want to assume. I've made mistakes like that before. Much like some people assume that with my username being Simus, that must mean that I'm Lithuanian, or I might be Lithuanian, because apparently that is a Lithuanian name. That is not the purpose of the name. I had no idea. When I made that name, I was like 10 years old playing RuneScape. I had no idea it was Lithuanian. I just thought it sounded like a cool name. I made it up on the spot. United States from the U.S. West Coast. People think you're Greek just because of Dorakos? No money. Look at all that income. Look at all that trade. All right. Well, increasing crown power is nice, but honestly, I'm thinking that maybe this is a bad choice right now. That does improve my trade income, but the movement of power here is so small, I'm actually going to cancel those, and instead the funds are going to be put more into production. More money. I'm just hoping that this doesn't give the burgers too much power. Because every single building we place that gives more burger jobs means that it adds more burgers. The more burgers there are, then that means that that's that much more political group there is. So what I should do then is I should revoke something from them that is giving them a lot of power. I want them to be able to build roads. That's okay. The minting can actually be removed. We'll keep the trade capacity, but the minting can be removed. That's 50% power reduction. And now they are very upset. I should have timed that better. But I didn't. Anyways, we'll just lower our minting a bit. Like, you make almost no gold off of minting, unless you have a ton of gold in your territory. They'll recover. They'll get over it. City McCity face. They're now in our market. Wow, okay. That's new. That was the tools. We finally pulled City McCity face into our our sphere of influence. And now I'm out of money. Oh, you couldn't send them. Oh, okay. I see what you're trying to say. You're saying the word famous, which is why it's being withheld. So the term famous is being yeah. No. Poem isn't. The word famous is withheld. And the reason why is because famous and viewers are a very common term for bots to come into the chat and say, hey, you want to be famous? Go to our super sketchy website and give us money. So famous is the restricted word. You're not in trouble for doing so. It's to prevent them from posting links in the chat. It's not a very common word that chat uses. So, famous. You want to be famous? Sure, you could be famous. Famous. You want to be famous? Not enough pops. Those are all maxed. By the way, in order for me to be swapping around these pages so fast, like if I close this, I'm like, oh, I want to go back to it. I have a back button on my mouse. That is mouse button 4. So this one right here, the back button. If you have, like, let's say if you use your mouse to also, like, go back in, like, on browsers, it's the same button. And it goes back, like, previous buttons. And there's also the forward. So you can cycle through things pretty easily without having to press anything on the keyboard. Pretty convenient. Get the bastions. Fort limits. Raw materials. Gun production would be nice. Garrison and garrison growth. Food, RGOs. Ooh, food consumption. Legitimizing power. Is that gives the Leviathan? Yes. Research that too. That'll help out with the absolutism. Upgrade to Empire. Oh, you know what? I haven't even looked to see what we can do to upgrade our type. Form new country. In order to become a kingdom, we need 2 million population and have a majority of them of a primary religion and culture. With 50 prestige. The prestige is not hard to get. Oh. Since we're still a high kingship of Ireland, we cannot become a kingdom. So we would need to leave the Ireland high kingship. But I don't want to do that yet, as he gives us free causes bellies. Effectively free. Louis XIV look kind of fat on that image in the advances tab. Does this outfit make me look big? The answer? Yes. Can't believe we're already closing in and, wow, we're past the 1600s. This has been such a slow roll game. I haven't even been paying attention at all to the rest of Europe. I'm just focusing on this tiny area. Not enough sand. I need more money. Actually, instead of more money, we should probably start working on combat. We have all the bailiffs. We need either training fields. What is your control at? Really bad. I'll take it anyways. We're gonna need the military might. So We got no training fields that can be upgraded. But we should have a lot of armories that can be upgraded to barracks and beyond. This is going to be a very expensive upgrading. Apparently it was kind of fat, so it checks out. So this upgrading is not very efficient. And the reason why is because we are currently upgrading prior buildings. Actually, let's cancel several of those. The reason why is because I want to see what places can have war, and then we'll simply add on top of that. Because with something like this, we're allowed to have a second one. You know, we're allowed to have 2 of these buildings. However, it's just a 50% increase of troops. So it goes from 10 to 15. That's nice. That's a 50% increase. However, it is incredibly expensive, and in most of these areas, you don't even get that bonus. Like this place, I only have half control. In fact, less than half. Which means that 50% increase is actually more like 20%. So that is hundreds of gold for only like 2 or 3 extra troops a month. That's not really worth it. Not really. That's pretty expensive. I thought creating a conversion mod from U5 to Vicky 3 is going to be a lot easier since the economy is basically 1-to-1. Also, aren't they on the same engine? I feel like this is on the same engine. Like, I really get that vibe when you load into the game, but I don't know how accurate that is. Brimsy, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate that. And if you guys have any spare subscriptions, or you want to support me financially, since I have to reach this goal by the end of the year, or I need to quit streaming, there you go. There's the Ko-fi. Very easy. You have a succession crisis and 800 ducats in debt. Just buy more gold. Yeah. Whoa, hold up. Whoa, hold up. Okay, so absolutism or liberalism. This is going to make all of our states upset, and we're going to lose stability. Now, negative 50 stability when we're in the positives isn't horrible, but what is horrible is that that's going to affect all of our states. We already have the upset burghers, and it's going to get worse. They're going to join rebels at this point. All of them are going to get upset. But I think I could do this at least once. Now, I'm actually going to start spending on stability, and I'm going to get my cabinet member to help with that. Let's get the migration guy. Gotta spend money to hold it all together. Just buy more gold. Play Hungary. Exactly! Okay, you're really making me want to play Hungary now. Alright, so we need... In order to fix the court and country, we either need to be in the disaster for 10 years, or, well, 10 years plus one of these. So at least 10 years. We need crown power equal to or greater than 71%, have less than 6 estate privileges, and 80 absolutism. 6 estate privileges. I got more than 6. Or have them be very satisfied. They're never going to be satisfied. This is our only option. 6? Less than or equal to 6. Wait, hold on. At least one of these. So we could just survive 20 years. Six estate privileges. Well, when will I have to leave today? 3 o'clock my time. That's when the stream is going on. So in 1 hour and 10 minutes. Gonna wait a bit before revoking these. We're gonna have some uprisings. If it's not one thing, it's another. It's one thing after another. More absolutism, sure. Why not? Does having more crown power give me more absolutism? Like, could I help swing it even further? High legitimacy. Cabinet influencing. House of Parliament. Open borders is a problem. Okay. What laws could I enact? Rights of the nobles. None of these help with it. Censorship. We have limited censorship, which doesn't do me much good, but changing this is like 80. Yeah, no, that's a non-starter. We're not. That's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. But we could remove a few of these. Any of these give us not negative. So anything that gives us liberalism. None of these give liberalism. So we should be fine. I really don't want to get rid of this one. We need this for the food. It's incredibly useful. Do I have anything that gives me liberalism? No. Sorry, I'm starting to whisper. I do that sometimes when I just think out loud. More absolutism. Why not? No roads allowed. No communalism. Actually, okay, so it's really the burghers and the chieftains that need their power reduced. I know you have 0 satisfaction. You're already at 0. You can't go any lower. Right? All right. 0. This is bad. Well, when in doubt, double down. All right, everybody hates me, which means I'm doing something right. I'm gonna need to start paying for my army. I'm probably gonna need them. Does it have bird chirping audio? I know this previous game. I don't know about this one. Maybe. Look at all that power! Maximum power! Look at this awesome power! I would love to keep investing. I'm just worried about the costs. What the fudge? 2,000? You're kidding. Oh, also, we could easily solve our little issue with the religious people by going to religion and making someone a saint. You! Congratulations! Suddenly, the clergy love us! They're like, oh, this is amazing! You're so cool! Yep. No clergy problems, as long as we keep making saints. Gotta spend a bunch of money on fixing our stability. Or power. Yeah. Look at all these bonuses for crown power. But, like, you get nothing for all the other ones. The other groups having any power just makes you, like, I think it makes it so you can tax them more. Actually, I don't even know. I'm pretty sure there's, like, no real bonus for it. Oh. We had a rebellion. Rebel scum. If it's is it Saints Row. Nice. That's nice. No, Dunferris! Oh shoot. Am I gonna have to buy military access from Great Britain? 400 gold. I can't just be like, hey, can I please have it? Fine. Okay, so the enemy has risen up. They have no army. You will get to see the first civil war. All right. So as soon as I've taken the land, it's now mine. It immediately flips. I'm gonna raise whatever peasants I can to start taking some of this stuff back. Oh, great. They're sieging. The first, I mean, look at how upset they are. This is just the first of several. We're gonna have the burger insurgents here in a moment once we're done with this one. So we're gonna go from 1 war to 2 war We've had one war, yes. What about second war? Also, can I not bring my vassals into this? Yes, call them in. Please deal with these peasants. If that screws it up, I'm gonna be upset. Please tell me it becomes mine again. Okay, good. The Pale has rivaled me. You think you can equate to my power? You fools! I would really like my boats to assist me with this, please. One burger, two burger, three burger, four burger. Hamburger, hamburger, cheeseburger, cheeseburger, hamburger, cheeseburger, whopper, 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 cheeseburger, whopper. Why aren't you transporting? You should still be able to transport. Okay. Something. I can't put my people on the boat. Why can't I move my people onto the boat? Is it just too many? People like one group on the boat? Okay. I don't know why that's happening. That's upsetting. When am I streaming next? Okay, so next week is going to be a little bit off because I'm still going to be on vacation for part of it. It should be Thursday because I fly home on Wednesday. So Thursday should be when I get back to stream some more. New Ireland? The whole country will be Ireland. Everything will be Ireland. Uh-oh. I'm being targeted by an independence movement. Oh, it's my vassals. Yeah, let's prevent that. Thank you. I'm gonna rival the Pale again. You still friends with Spain? Yeah. Damn. Dang! Dang, dang, double dang. All right, well, while we're at this rebellion, I don't think that the other rebellion can happen. So maybe we don't want to finish it until we're ready to defend ourselves. All right, Louis. Thank you very much for hanging out. I really look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care, man. There's no more civil war. Hooray! Disband the peasants! And bring our troops home. And we're about to have another uprising. soon. Very soon. Yeah, we're upping it. How's my army tradition looking? 41%. Working towards absolutism. Cannot push further than... What? So, if it can't go further... What? Why? You find a capital and go. What? Can you rephrase the question? You're on the way to a noble uprising, but only in Genoa. Hopefully it is. Hang on, can you get the Magna Carta as an event in CK3? I don't know. Hey, Auntie, welcome back, man. How you doing? More provincial control. Yeah. I wonder. I spread out some of my troops here. Would this prevent them from taking these cities? Wow, that's going to take a lot. What if I split this again? I have you sitting here. Uprising after another. There is a cabinet thing to stop rebellions, right? Rebellion crack. Delay the rebellion! Alright, now it's 0.01%. It'll happen eventually. I gotta keep making money. Can't stop. Won't stop. Money. Money, 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 money. Money. These are golden. Does that mean that they're all maxed out already? We lost so many pops. We were 100,000. More centralization, please. Rest that. Brilliant! All right. So once we have 70% state power, and these heckin' liberals, no, we get 80% liberalism. Sorry, 80% absolutism. Which, by the way, I'm still not convinced that we wouldn't be able to push more toward it. I feel like I need to keep trying. Instead of development, or actually instead of urbanization, let's do more societal values on absolutism. Raise the province to the ground. That's right. Burn it down because they're not willing to pay their property tax. Or something like that. I wonder how England's doing. I hope they're doing poorly. They're at war against France. Huh. Are you joining them? Yep. Oh my goodness. It is no longer Spain, it's the Castilian nobles. The invasion of the baguettes. Scotland has always been a part of us. What do you mean? Scotland's always been Ireland. Ooh, centralized state. Very nice. Tax efficiency. More revenue. Our army is increased in size. We're huge. We just need to be trained. Now, did you get pikemen yet? Dang it. And pistoliers, so they caught up to us. Fudge. All right. More absolutism. Funding, drop the funding.
Hydrate or dihydrate.
I don't want it. I'm kidding. Sorry. Our chancellor died. Free the pale, and I've tried to befriend them and try to like support their liberty. But I don't think I can. They don't want to be like they're rivals to me. They would never. Even if that was wrong. They desire land that belongs. Yeah, no. You know, while Britain's at war. No, because then I would bring in Spain. Or Castile, or whatever you call it. Yep. I mean, Castile's pretty weak right now. And England isn't. Friends? Please, can we be friends? Sir? French Cornwall, yeah. Who is this? Some random dude? Oh. 70,000 peasants? Oh, I can't do this because we're about to have our own insurgency. No! Build a spy network quick. It's free real estate. I don't know how they managed to break away. They're also probably scared of England. Oh man, I'm not surprised. But together we can rule the galaxy.
Do it.
Never give up. Never surrender.
I need more state power. The burghers have no other rights. How am I supposed to get more? Can I do something to reduce their power? Give them a negative? No. I just need more absolutism.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
51.63. It actually isn't moving. Okay, so this guy helping push it is actually not helping. Yeah, this is Stellaris pre-FTL. Stellaris 2, the pre-FTL edition. Dang clergy! Causing me problems! We'll make a saint. That'll fix their tune. Did somebody redeem a posture check? Maybe. They did. Oh, that was a lot of pops. Oh, and now my headphones are unplugged. I miss the glorious music. Glorious music! Rush the troublemakers. Yeah! More absolutism! Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna manage to make even more here. More absolutism. I thought I already had a royal court.
So you have chosen.
No way! No way! You're kidding me! That's so stupid! So, since I had the rebellion, it gave Dunferris to the enemy. It blew up all the buildings I placed there, which were thousands of gold worth. 200, 200, 800, 1600. That's stupid. That is so dumb. Oh, it's Dumfries? And Dunfris. Dunferris. Humpty Dumpty. Freedom fries. Nice. Good. I do love me some freedom fries. Pops are missing furs. We don't have enough fur. With the boots and the fur, the whole club was the fur. Did we get that from the hunting stuff? Right? We get that from the hunting. Yes, wild game? No. Goodness gracious. Great balls of... Whoa, wait, hold up. I'm sorry. Did I just read that right? Absolutism, good. Okay, I'll take that. House of Parliaments. Liberalism. Oh. All right, we'll do it anyways. This gives me power. I'll let them have that they think that they're getting power, but in reality, I'm getting more. Oh no. And now we have the Ice Age. Reformation, War with the Religions, Corn Country, Ice Age. Suddenly, I feel like I'm playing Frostpunk. Anyone else? Note to self, massively expand. Yes. So if you've got some like really good rural areas with a nice like food resource, you want to make sure you're deving it up. I didn't destroy the Protestantism. No, that's the whole, like, that's the League War. I'm not involved in that. I don't want anything to do with the League War right now. Thanks, but no thanks. Feed every civilian to the machine. Praise the Omnissiah. Oh no. Food. 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 But if you're able to produce a lot of food, you will end up making a considerable amount of money off of exports because everybody else will want it. bean farms. Hey man, long time no see. How have you been? Yeah. Stupid burgers. Because I'm making too much money off of trade. Wait a minute, hold on. What if I turned them all off? All of my trade buildings, all at once, turn it off. I'm gonna try that. As soon as we get to the 80 absolutism, I'm gonna try. Well, we also need 10 years, so I do have to wait. But while we're waiting, I'm gonna see if that has any bearing on it. Oh, I will.
You better believe it.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna do it. I don't know what I'm talking about. Right, hey, now we're making more money because I'm not paying so much. Gonna be ordering the food market. I mean, you could certainly cause every empire to fall apart. We haven't any more culture or religion problems. Culture's looking great. Religion, we're having a bit of an issue with some of those. We're having a major issue with some of those. So maybe we'll do a little bit of a conversion. More absolutism! More autism. We're at 76. So the next event should push us over the absolutism requirement of 80. But we still need the 10 years. We're only 7 years in. EU5 acting scarier. Yeah, I think the oh, the Golden Horde is gone. Well, let's say they are more like mountains. Look at all that money. I need to invest it. What am I doing? Dropping the ball. Oh, but the trade. I can't spend more on more trade. That just gives them more power. But I could for my vassals. Or I go harder into infantry. How am I supposed to keep up? More counting houses. I need more crown power. I need more power! How much do I actually need? 71%. Forgot about that. Do I get more crown power if I have higher stability? No, high legitimacy modifies it. Oh. Okay. We're back in the negatives. I mean, I do want to invest in them. Because that makes them stronger, and if they're stronger, then we're stronger. But I need to become strongest. If I make them too strong, then they're gonna have these ideas of independence. Pfft, what? Who does that? What a weird thing to do. Now I'm tempted to move my capital back over here and absorb all this land and develop it instead. I did this with the intention of taking all of Scotland, and I ended up failing because I couldn't get it before they did. Fun farming, actually. Let's get that one. That way, while it's active, we get more food. Start at the bottom, and now we're here. I maybe should not be doing so many all at once. All right. I'll take stability. Hey, we're back on the positives. And a disaster. No. And we're going to lose the stability because the parliament won't pass. Alright, we need one more absolutism event. Oh, money? Sure, we're gonna lose the stability anyways. Invade Wales? You can't. So it's not that you're not allowed to invade Wales, it's that Wales is a vassal underneath of Great Britain. So even if you were to take Ireland, Wales is a non-starter because it's protected by Britain. Anything that's protected by Britain, you get wrecked on. Your best bet is to take as much of the Isles as quick as possible and then take Scotland before Britain does. If you're able to do that, then you probably have a chance by moving and developing up Scotland, because Scotland has much better population count. If you were able to take all of this, like from the Pale, then that might be different. Grant this. All right, that would help, but it did give them a little bit more power. I still. Can I use the High King subjugation on this? No, because it's not High King land. I wonder if the High King Casus Belli disallows Britain from getting involved. They no longer have their alliance. Wait. They do. Why won't they get involved? Oh, come on! Open up the... That is very odd. Oh. It's because Castile doesn't exist anymore. It's now the Castilian nobles. I see. So they might be allied to Castile, but Castile is not worth an alliance anymore. It's not like Castile is no longer Castile. That's why. I don't know why they're still in an alliance together. Well, well, well. What have we here? An opportunity? Possibly. Maybe. if we can get rid of the court and country problem. So what we should do then is we should prepare right now. Any of you will get a training bonus. You get military tactics. I don't know what benefit that is. All right. Train. Up the cost. We're going to start losing manpower, but we're going to spend. Can I ask for guidance? Sure. What guidance do you need? I got less than 30 minutes. I got 25 minutes before I got to turn off the stream. So, ask your questions. And maybe I will deign to answer. They're pretty much in exile. They're off the map. So they're off the map because they're in the New World. I'm gonna guess is that they had land in like some like South America or something. Yeah, they're still at war. Well then. This is our chance. I need to make sure that I have more manpower than they do. Can I tell what buildings they have? If I go to build, say, barracks, can I find out if England has any, or how many they have? They do have some. They have manpower. You have no idea how to make your economy grow? Trade. Trade is king. All right, ducks. Have a good night. Trade is king. Always trade. Trade, trade, trade. Is that mine? That's my vassals. If I don't get any other manpower, they don't give me manpower. Oh, my game crashed. Huh. Well then. I guess maybe I should just end early so I could have time to get some lunch and maybe some more packing. That is unfortunate. Oh, man. So if you guys want to, hang out and talk about this, maybe even play some games together, you should join the Discord. Yeah. Perfect crash period. There's the Discord. There's a Europa Universalis section on Discord for the curious. Well, I was not expecting it to end like that, but I guess, it kind of worked out. Maybe they really don't want to expand. See, even when I have an opportunity, I'm like, oh, guys, this is it. This is our chance. The game's like, no, no, no. No, no, no. What, who's that basketball player that does that? No, no, no. So we'll take this opportunity. Then that way I could relax a bit, get some food, and finish my packing without having to rush out the door. Yeah, trade is huge. Trade is very important, but it gives your burgers a lot of power, so be careful with it. But it does make you a lot of money. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out and putting up with my struggle bus of a series. Yeah, I really wish I had done Muscovy instead. But then I wouldn't have met all of you lovely people, because some of you guys stopped by and hung out because of our specific playthrough. Here is the Ko-fi if you want to support me financially. And here is the YouTube page if you want to see more content while I'm not live. When do I get back? So I should arrive home on Wednesday, but it will be like late. So I certainly won't be streaming on Wednesday. I plan on streaming on Thursday. It depends on how I feel. Yeah. Oh, let's do a quick raid. That way you guys get free channel points. Dolphin is playing Stellaris. Perfect up. Wait, hold on. Oh, no, it's Dusty playing Stellaris. That's not quite the same. That is not quite the same, is it? Gary's playing EU5. Let's go see what Gary's up to. Oimyu, we raided him a couple of times this week. We even got to raid Habibi yesterday, I think. So we've done Poimyu, Habibi, and Salford. Let's raid Gary today. We haven't gotten to raid him in a while.
Hydrate or don't.
Yeah, bands together against aggressive players. Makes sense. All right. Thank you again. Enjoy your guys' weekend, and I will see you guys next week for next week's adventures. I will update in the Discord on my return and stuff. So be sure. So when you join the Discord, there's a notification section if you want to be notified when I make a notification announcement. Good night, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.